Sandy Brock fell victim to this awful reality on September 23rd, 1997. Sandy Brock, at the age of 20, was shot to death in an altercation at a gas station situated just a few blocks from here. He was doing nothing at all. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. His death was senseless and it was untimely. He had a very promising future in basketball, as many of you know, and probably with his skills would have gone to the NBA.
Mike is my best friend, one of my best friends. He got killed over here in this corner. So Mike was a peacemaker, and that's exactly what he was doing, trying to break up an argument, and got out of hand. I think guns should be legal. I think guns should be free. I just think ammunition should be expensive like a motherfucker.
The whole Megatron thing is just like, it's really tough for all of us. Mega's function on 106 is so imperative to the show. Not just from a TV standpoint, because he is on as an on-air presence as well, but what he does as part of the 106 experience. We still don't know how we're gonna even try to. We can't replace that, but we still don't even know what we're gonna try to do during the show while you're there in studio. While me and Roxy are reading the scripts and, you know, prepping during the commercial breaks, Mega jumps on the mic and gets the crowd live. Looking out for other people. He always reps Staten Island to the fullest, and to have him at such a young age of 32 years old, you know, with 3, you know, young children behind, it is so heart-wrenching. And my prayers go out to his family, my prayers go out to his loved ones, and I just want all of them to know that, you know, he was brilliant at what he did, and we will miss him, and Rock and I and the entire staff will do everything we possibly can to make sure that his legacy lives on. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He was actually, I think, going to get a cigar or something from the local bodega, and I've heard that it was a robbery gone bad, but then I've also heard that he had his personal belongings on him, so I don't want to speculate because I really don't know. And at this point, it's like, what can you do? You take, if we find out who kills him and you put the person in jail, that still don't bring our boy Mega back.
According to SI Live, when it comes to legal gun possession, Staten Island is the most well-armed of the city's 5 boroughs. Numbers show roughly 6,400 Staten Island residents have gun permits, indicating that Staten Islanders are more than 4 times as likely to have a handgun permit than other residents in the rest of the city.
My name is Josette Carter. I'm the wife of Police Officer Gerard Carter, who was killed in the line of duty in July of 1998. Outside of being a police officer, Gerard was a great person. If you knew him, you loved him automatically. He had such a vibrant personality. He was funny. He was, you know, his laugh just made you laugh, and he loved everyone. There was not one thing that Gerard did or said, or you even looked at that, you were like, that guy's a jerk. He was never that type of person. Well, the night that Gerard passed away, well, actually when he got shot, I was in my bed. I had a really bad headache, so I had to lay down and try to sleep it off. And that's when I received a phone call from a police officer saying that they were coming to pick me up. No one told me when they picked me up. They just said, we have to bring you to the hospital, you know, something happened to Gerard. But I lived in West Brighton, so on the way there, they had all the streets blocked off in front of the projects. And I knew automatically, and I was like, oh my God, like, what happened? I asked the police officer driving, and they just looked at me and said, we'll just take you to the hospital. And that's when I started crying, because I knew it had to be bad. I grew up in the project, so, you know, I was around it 24/7. I knew what it was. I knew gunshots. I know the feeling. I know, you know, the sound, and you never mistook it for a firecracker, because you can't. I would never want anyone to go through what I had to go through, especially having a child and having to explain to them like what happened to their best friend. I feel like guns should be illegal. I feel like there should be a better way of people, you know, who do apply for them. I feel like there should be, you know, stricter enforcement, and it should only be if it pertains to the type of job that you have. That's the only way you should be able to have a gun. For me, that's how I feel, especially in New York. It's just too easy for our kids to obtain a gun illegally.
If there was one thing you could say you miss most about Gerard, what would be the main thing you miss about Gerard?
Him being with his son. I would give up anything in the world for that. Just for my son.
What we're going to do is, we're going to ask all the family members that are here that lost a loved one. We're going to go around. And what I want you to do is let everybody here know who your loved one was. I don't want them to be forgotten. We need to let everybody know. So you're not in order. So what I'm going to do is, as I recognize you, I'll come to you first. If I don't recognize you and you lost a loved one, or if you didn't lose a loved one, but it's somebody they may be in a wheelchair or they was affected, and you're here for them, can you please loudly say their name? Are you here to represent a loved one?
Janice Clark.
Okay, we're here to represent this parent right here is here for Janice Clark from Stapleton, all right? Anyone else? We want to remember Janice Clark. I have another person here.
Earl Carter from Stapleton.
Earl Carter from Stapleton.
Earl Carter from Stapleton. Let's remember him. Please keep your hands up. I know there's people here. Say the name.
Robert Taylor, my grandfather.
Robert Taylor, young man's grandfather. Let's let him not be forgotten. Guns got to get off the street. That's 3 people already. Anybody else? Who am I missing?
Behind you.
Right here, right there. Excuse me, baby, you gotta let me work because I'm gonna fall over you now. Hold on 1 second.
How you doing? I'm all right, baby. All right.
Who
How
you
you
here?
doing? Antonio Watkins from Stapleton.
Antonio Watkins. Some know him as Doc from Stapleton. Let's remember him. Another one. Victim. Killed by gun violence. Another one.
Anthony Illich.
Anthony Illich. Another one. Killed by gun violence. That's about 5. I want you people to get the point and see how this is out of control. Say your family member's name. As we all know, Sandy Brock out of New Brighton, Curtis High School.
As we have gone around in this circle, we have heard over 30 names of persons whose lives were stricken by gun violence.